This is what I believe to be a Thomas Day daybed or a sofa settee, and it has a very unique cut right here in the Empire style foot. Now obviously we're going to be doing a rebuild of the foundation. You can see that the springs and the burlap are all down, and we're going to be reupholstering it, but today we're focused on the finish. And what I would do first is to take just a little bit of lacquer thinner and test the finish, but I'm pretty sure this one's varnish, so I don't need to do a test. So what I'm going to use is my Mohawk amalgamator. This is a Balin product by Mohawk, and I'm going to use a little bit of amalgamator because the customer has requested, let's rejuvenate this finish instead of taking it all off. Now if I took lacquer thinner and went right to it, I might go right through, and then I have more worn areas. So what I did was start with amalgamator and see, look, we're taking off old wax, we're taking off old finish, and we're getting the dirt off. There might even be paint specks on there. And so I'm seeing that this finish, is not very thick. Now you see I have kind of a water run here, and so I'm going to do a little bit more test and see. Well, I don't really want to take off all the finish there, but that doesn't look very good. We can't give it back to the customer with that big line in there. So I'm going to keep using my amalgamator, and I'm going to test this spot, and I'm going to try to work that spot out a little bit. This is the process of rejuvenation. But look at how beautiful a walnut there is underneath that. You see that? So when I talked to the customer, I thought, well, do you want us to take it all off and it'll look just like on the day it was first built? And she said, no, I really want it to tell the story, right? So we don't want to change the finish too much. So my concern here is, how well can I get some of this to look cleaner so that I can put a new coating of either varnish or nitrocellulose lacquer to make the piece look better. So one of the questions was, well, what does rejuvenation mean? And that means that this product is taking the pores of the finish and activating them. So it's like, ooh, the pores are starting to move. The finish is starting to be active. I'm not wiping it right off, and I'm not trying to make it look perfect. I'm trying to say, all right, I'm activating that finish and I'm trying to improve it by rejuvenation. This is what we would call high-level rejuvenation, or even into conservation. Welcome back to Mumford Restoration, and we're showing you the process or the progress we've made on this Thomas Day day lounge. So you probably have seen that we did major repairs. We did some touch-up and recoat of this to keep it looking original so it doesn't look too new. And now she's picked out the coolest fabric. It is all the geese flying, and it feels really soft. It's like a velvet texture. And so we're going to be upholstering it, and you see that we've just put foam in because they're actually going to use it. We're not going back to webbing or any other kind of stuffing with horsehair. We're going to go with medium foam so that when they sit on it, it'll be really comfortable to use. So exciting to see the process and the progress. Welcome back. We're showing you things that we have just completed, and you may have seen before in the video that this is a really cool and soft gooseneck, or how do you say, goose fabric. And this is on a Thomas Day day lounge. And then look at the underneath is so cool that they put just kind of a corresponding green decking. And that's kind of how it would have been done originally. And then here you can see a seam in the goose fabric. And we ask, well, why is there a seam there? And we want to try to explain that this fabric was kind of a specialty fabric, and it comes on the bolt, how do you say, vertically. So that means that we couldn't quite get the 57 or 58 inches we needed because the fabric was only 54 inches wide. But now let's talk about what they call as a railroaded bolt of fabric. So nowadays, you know, we often see a fabric and it says, well, it's railroaded. And that doesn't mean it came on a train. What it means is that instead of coming vertically off of the bolt so that the geese are all facing going down the bolt of fabric, It is now, the pattern is made on the 54-inch. And so what happens is that the pattern goes this way and it's railroaded on there. So that means that the geese can all be laid on however long of fabric you have. That's what railroaded means. I hope I explained it well. Thanks for watching.